Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about comments from qualifying for the United States Grand Prix, Red Bull's view on the crash between the two McLaren drivers during the sprint race, as well as a grid penalty that's been announced. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So it's another qualifying session and another pole position for Max Verstappen. Verstappen has just been so fast in Austin. He got the sprint pole, he got the sprint race win, and now he's got pole for qualifying, and he got it pretty dominantly, it has to be said. He didn't even do 2 runs. As we know, in Q3, drivers do 1 run at the start and 1 run at the end. And while Verstappen did his first run at the start, I think there was a misjudgment with the timings towards the end of the session, because he left the garage too late and didn't make it to the checkered flag. But his first attempt was good enough for pole position by around 0.3 of a second. And speaking about taking pole, Verstappen said it was good. I think every segment the car was very strong. Just trying to put the lap together around here is sometimes very tricky. It's very hot, very strong winds as well. In that first sector, having a tailwind is challenging. The first run in Q3 was good, just managed to improve a little bit from Q2. Unfortunately, I couldn't do my final run. It was a bit messy with the outlaps, but luckily we didn't need it. Now, in my opinion, as each race weekend passes by, it looks more inevitable that Verstappen is very much in this title fight. I mean, before the summer break, you would say Verstappen was definitely not in the title fight. You know, that Red Bull car was pretty much nowhere compared to the McLarens. But since the summer break, that Red Bull car has improved massively, and Verstappen is just doing so well. You know, he's got multiple podiums, multiple race wins, and in addition to this, he's also been dominating at the Nürburgring. As we know, he competed there in September and did a very good job for his first attempt and won the race. And interestingly, following qualifying in Austin, Red Bull Motorsport advisor Dr. Helmut Marko has said that Verstappen was more interested in GT racing, as he lost a little bit of interest when Red Bull were not competitive, with Marko saying, as quoted by Sky F1, "Max, at one stage, when we were not competitive, I would say he lost a little bit of interest. He was more interested in GT racing, so to keep him in a good mood, I was talking about Nürburgring and things like that. But now that the car is working and his success at the Nürburgring, I would say 0.2 just came from him, because he's really motivated, he's enjoying, you don't hear him shouting, he's smiling. That's what you need. It's too early to say if he's back in the title battle, but this weekend looks promising." Now, Marko also gave a view on the incident between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri during the sprint race just before qualifying. As we know, both drivers were out on the first lap following them colliding with each other at turn 1. Basically, Norris opted for the inside line into turn 1, while Piastri attempted to switch back. However, as he tucked underneath Norris, he ended up going in to Nico Hülkenberg, and Hülkenberg had Fernando Alonso on his inside, with Alonso taking a very tight line into turn 1, and Hülkenberg ended up hitting Alonso and Piastri, with Piastri having gone on to hit Norris. And of the 4 drivers, only Hülkenberg managed to continue despite spinning. Now, the whole incident was deemed a racing incident by the stewards, but in Marko's view, he believes Alonso was at fault for what happened, with Marko telling Sky DE, as quoted by Racing News 365, "I think mainly Alonso took care of it. After that, it became a chain reaction. That happens in the first corner, it's in white, because it's such a wide corner. It's a racing incident, and I think the 2 McLaren drivers are innocent this time." Now, in regards to McLaren, I think Piastri will be very disappointed with how qualifying has gone. His teammate Lando Norris is in P2. I think he did the best job he could. Verstappen was just on another level today, but Piastri is only in P6. He just hasn't been able to get into a rhythm with the car. You look at his lap, it's not like he's making mistakes or anything like that. He just can't get the pace out of the car. And Piastri said, as quoted by Sky F1, "I didn't really make any mistakes. just didn't feel like I really got into a rhythm for the whole session, just struggled. We'll go and have a look why, obviously, but yeah, that was obviously a battle. And when asked whether McLaren could have a race pace advantage over Red Bull on Sunday, Piastri replied, "Difficult to say. Max has looked quick all weekend, so we'll have to wait and see if that translates to tomorrow as well, but we have no idea." Now, if you were to base it off the sprint race, I would say McLaren have an advantage over Red Bull, because during the sprint race, while Verstappen won, he did seem to be struggling with the rear end of the car. I don't think McLaren would have struggled like that. I think they've got a very good car in race trim, and they're very good at looking after their tyres. But then you go to qualifying, and that Red Bull car seems to be in a much better place now. And as we saw, Verstappen dominantly took pole position. So I think it's going to be tough for McLaren to beat Red Bull tomorrow based on the form they've shown in qualifying today. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. But let's move on to Lance Stroll, who has issued an apology to Esteban Ocon following their collision during the sprint race. Basically, with only a few laps remaining, Stroll attempted a very late move on Ocon at turn 1 for 11th place, but Stroll ended up locking up and going straight in to Ocon, and the accident spun Ocon and resulted in major damage to his Haas. And asked if he regretted the overtaking attempt, Stroll told Sky F1, as quoted by Racing News 365, "Yeah, for sure, I was just too far behind, so it was a mistake, I misjudged it. Yeah, I apologise to him now." Now, Stroll was summoned to the stewards for the incident, and he was given a penalty. He was given a 5-place grid drop for the Grand Prix, as well as 2 penalty points on his super license. And the stewards said in their verdict, car 18 attempted an inside overtake on car 31 into turn 1, but misjudged the braking point and collided with car 31. The stewards determined that the driver of car 18 is wholly at fault and apply a penalty accordingly. As the driver to be penalised did not finish the race, a grid penalty equaling a 10-second time penalty is imposed. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.